Hello. Good. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'm just sharing the screen to you people. Yeah. So yesterday we had gone through with adding to the foundation objects. We have gone through with uh, MDF objects also. So how we can able to maintain the record and in the two similarly in the two ways uh, to manage data and import and export data for the uploading to the CSV file. So had you people created any objects?
I was trying to do it in the morning, but the system was down. I'm not sure whether it's still working or not. I mean, if we are using the same system, it's not working now also. You can check. I was just trying to do it in the morning.
Uh-huh.
It's not
Means
working.
it's
I don't have any access for, I'm not getting access for any modules. So I just called them. So they said they have a problem from the backend.
acha.
Just like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not working for me. It's not giving any access. I was just unable to do it.
Okay. Let me check once. I do not have the permission. Okay. Just hold on for a while. Let
Sure.
me connect to support team. Just give me a couple of minutes.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yes, I just spoken to the team. They are having some issues with the configuration setup and they are coordinating with the vendor. So maybe take a day time, a day or two time, 1 or 2 days time.
1 or 2 days.
Meanwhile, yeah, because these people also they have taken from some other external vendors.
Oh, okay.
This what you call this demo access, success factor demo access.
Yeah, then okay.
So they import and export till import and export we have completed yesterday. So we were planning to go with how we can able to create the other MDF objects like the job classification in the system. Okay, fine. We will hold this part job classification, parent job classification, because when we go into the system, you will have more clarity when I tell you. But if I tell you right now what is the parent job classification, how it is associated, then you will get confused. But when we go into the system, in the screen, I will show you what is the meaning and why it is associated with the job classification. Okay, so I'm holding that part. And yesterday I told you, while going into the global search, when you
Yeah,
are searching for an employee, a pop-up window appears. That is a
yeah.
quick card.
Quick card.
Okay, it is an actionable search that we had gone through it. Employee central feature setting. There is an employee central feature setting. Let me. I'm not sure it's well. Okay, it's down now. Sorry. Okay, it is down. Cannot do it. Employee central feature setting. So in see there is also a tool how we have seen manage data, manage out of pay structure. Every tool has its own importance. So there is a tool by name employee central feature setting. So what is the important of this tool? We can activate and we can enable certain options in the instance system for employee central. Under employee central, what are the other applications which we can able to enable? That we can do it in the front end. Earlier enabling those things we are restricted to do from the provisioning system, right? We can only do it from the provisioning, as I told you earlier. If you want to do any enabling any activation in the front end, you have to go to the back end. for the provisioning system. But some part they had been migrated to the front end. So in that part, one of the tool is known as employee central feature setting, where we can do certain activations and enabling. So in the employee central feature setting, the keyword, see, everything is associated with a keyword. Whenever you want to search some tool, you have to go to the global search or a tool search, and you have to mention the search name. Okay, the keyword. So here the keyword is manage employee central setting. Okay, when you select that tool, a screen will open, and in that screen you will have n number of applications are there, like time off, time management, concurrent employment, contingent workers, position management, global assignment. Can you people tell me this all this which is showing in the screen? You people have any overview idea what do you mean by global assignment, position management, contingent workers, concurrent employment, anything? These are the applications. These are the set of applications where you can enable these applications from the front end. There is a checkbox for every application. There is a checkbox. Once you click on the checkbox, you save it. The application will be enabled in the admin center. Okay, that is the use of this tool, manage employee central setting. Now you people can tell me any idea regarding these applications, this tool, that is concurrent employment, contingent workers. But you people understand? Had you heard any time in your employment time, or had you heard anywhere?
Time management and time office, we are aware that it's all about the working schedule and uh, it's all about the time.
Time
We
sheet.
fill the time sheets and all that stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Time
yes,
cheat sheets.
yes. Time
Mm.
sheets are there. You
Work
have
schedule and working hours.
the work schedule is there. Holiday calendars are there, right?
Yes,
You have a leave types are there.
leave.
Every country, every state, every city will be associated with certain annual standard leave calendars will be there,
They
which
have a
will be
leave
released by,
policy.
the in the country, which will be released by the specific states. Okay, so that according to that, that will be how you are configuring that thing in the uh, system. That is all covering up under time management. Then the leave type, again you have a leave type. Leave type means your company to company it varies. Some company have earned leave, some company have PL, CL and SL they have. Okay, so what are the type of leaves, category of leaves, like paternity leave, maternity leave. Okay, all these type of leaves will be configured under the time off. In SuccessFactor we call as a time off. Okay, in SAP SCM we call as a time management.
Okay.
Other concurrent employment, contingent workers, you know anything about it?
I mean, what I have heard about employment is when you're taking when you're working on more than one project is something like that. Is it the contingent workers are the contract workers?
You are close to something close to it, but not
Okay.
exactly what it is referring.
Okay.
Uh, yes, you see, you're working.
Contingent workers are the contract type workers, right?
Exactly. You
Yeah.
can say that is a
So
temporary workers which are not
yeah, not
directly associated with the
the
company, the
company.
company role.
They are on
They are
third
not
party
with the
payroll.
company roles. Yeah, they are on the third party payroll. That in SuccessFactor language we call as a contingent workers.
Contingent workers. Yes.
Outside on a generic way, we say as a contractual employment, or
Contractual.
a,
Yes.
or a temp staffing. We call as a temp staffing.
Yeah, temporary.
Okay. Okay. Concurrent employment means what you said right now. You are working for one project in India. Okay.
Okay.
And parallelly, you are also associated with another project which is located in US and Canada. Okay, so both associated. See here your what you call pay scale, pay range in India will be associated with the particular cost center which is there um, in the country which is India. If you take the cost center for Canada location or for US location or for any uh, European country, suppose, so there the cost center will be different. So whenever you go for the salary processing, compensation searching, payroll processing, the cost center has a very important role. At that time, it will specify that this employee is associated with which cost center, and according to that, the pay package also will vary. Concurrent employment specifies somewhere an employee can able to take care of two assignments simultaneously at a time. Okay, so that is coming under the concurrent employment. Similarly, position management. Under the position management, if you see, we have seen in the organization structure, we have seen various tabs were there. So how you can able to associate when you see an employee profile, you can see the position will be there, the job code will be there. Okay, job code means the job classification will be there. Okay, so all things are coming automatically. Why it is coming automatically? So because one object is associated with the another object. So once you select one object and the another object is dependent on the first object, it will populate the data automatically. For example, if I take an example, uh, suppose you created a job classification. So in the job classification is what? It is an MDF object. So when you create where you will create an MDF object? In the managed data, in the instance system. So when you create a job classification through managed data, after that, when you go for creating the position, in the position screen, while filling up the form, there is an option called uh, job code. Job code is nothing but the job classification. As job classification you had already created. So what you have to do, you have to, in the job code option, the search option, you have to search your job classification code. Once you click on that, once you select that job classification, there are certain dependent fields are there of job classification, which is again repeating in the position screen. When you're creating the position, certain fields are there which is again specifying in the position screen. So you rather creating it manually for all the fields, those fields which is already associated with the job classification, and when you click on, when you select your job classification, those fields will be auto populated. The data will be auto populated from where? From the job classification to where? To the position. Okay, so how this uh, transition is happening, where the job classification field is auto populated to the position fields? Those auto population is happening because there is certain synchronization link is been there between the job classification and the position. Where you will do that synchronization is the place which is called as the position management. This is also one of the tools. When you go into the system, you mention the position management, you open a screen. In that, you will specify you want to associate the job classification in the position. There is a checkbox. If you uncheck that box, what will happen? every time when you are creating a position, you have to enter the fields under the position manually. Okay, but those fields are already there in the job classification. So when you are selecting job classification, data won't be populated and filling those fields. Why it is not filling those fields? Because in the position management you had already kept as unchecked. So when you check that option, when you enable that option in the position management, the it will create a synchronization between job classification and the position. So once the synchronization is done, the benefit is that whenever you try to create a position, the fields which are associated in the fields which is already there in the position is already associated with the job classification. So you don't have to fill it manually. Once you select the job classification code, the remaining data will be auto-filled in the fields of the position. Understood? Any doubt? That is one of the option of the one of the benefit which is there under the position management. There are another benefits also. Suppose if an employee is on the notice period, okay, so that notice period we call as a transition period. So if they had mentioned it is a 2 months time, so what will happen? System will give the user that once the user is resigned, the manager have an option that yes, the transition period is for 60 days. So in that 60 days, the hiring can be done. Okay, it won't give a reminder to the user or to any of the HR personnel or any of the manager that this position is vacant and you are not filled the position. So the transition period, if they had mentioned 2 months or they had mentioned 1 month or they had mentioned 90 days, so that 90 days or 60 days is the grace period. In that the company has to fill that particular position. So that configuration option is also there under the position management. There are certain other options are also there. Once the system is get activated, we will see that. I'm just taking the overview about all these options which is there under manage employee central setting. Okay. Similarly, the global assignment. See, global assignment means, as I told you about the concurrent employment. Concurrent employment, you are working with India also. You have one project and one project with one position, one role, and you are taking care of another role for another project. That is coming under the concurrent employment. Global assignment means you have a project in your country and your project is completed in the month of suppose December 2020, it has been completed. 1st of January 2021 onwards, you will be associated with a new project and you will be working on an on-site location somewhere in US or UK. So again, when you're working at the time, what will happen? That is a global assignment. So one assignment was there as a base location. When you had been hired, your base location, suppose I am taking care of India. So you had been hired under suppose you had been hired in the organization and the organization is being based out in India. So in India, you have been tagged with that particular project. So you will be taking care of that particular project, maybe for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. When the project duration is completed, they will release you, they will untag you from that particular project. And if according to your skill set, if they have any new project, they will again tag you into the new assignment. Suppose in case if the new assignment is a global assignment, so what will happen in the system? We have seen the employee profile. In the employee profile, we have seen there are certain edit options, history options were there.
Yes.
It's not
Yeah.
working now. We have seen employee, we have seen the employee profile. In that we have seen personal information, employment information. So in the employment
Yeah.
information we have seen one pencil icon was there, one clock icon was there.
Yes.
Clock icon is referring to the history. When you
History.
click on the clock icon under the employment section, what it will say, the history of that employee, employee, that how many assignments he has been worked with, what time duration to what time duration. So automatically, as I told you, I given an example that in the month of that one assignment is completing by December 31st. By 1st of January, 1st of Jan 2020, he will be again associated with a global assignment. So that how you are creating, how you are enabling the global assignment, and how you are configuring the global assignment, and how you are mapping that employee in the global assignment, that is a tool which is there under the global assignment, which is there under manage employee center setting. If you enable this tool, then only, yesterday we have seen when you went into the employee profile, right side top you have an option called action. When you click on that action, a drop down list was coming. So in the drop down list, this global assignment will option will be also enabled. When you checkbox this option here under employee center. Okay. Any doubt? Any doubt, or it is going from up?
Uh, no, we will
Can you give any example so that
See,
we
as
can able to create it
huh,
numbers?
I told you na, like a user is there, a employee is there, who has been assigned to a project on a real-time basis. We use a word tagging. Okay, when before the user, initially when the user joins a company, the user will be, if the project is coming or it is on hold, the user will be on bench. Okay, bench indicate that the user is not tagged to a project. Okay, so when the user is tagged to a project, suppose I give an example, a user is there, he being tagged to a project from 1st of July, 1st of July last year, 2020, in India with a project, and by December 31st the project is ending. So when the project is ending by December 31st, every company will be having a project operation team will be there. That is a backend team. So this project operation team, what they will do, they have to identify the project for these resources, and they will, what they will do, 1 month in advance, they will send a notification to the project manager, to the delivery manager, as well as to the employee, that this tagging is coming to an end in the next month. Do you want to continue it, or you don't want to continue it? If you don't want to continue, then it indicates that you are releasing that resource from that particular project. So once the employee is being released, what is the meaning of released? You are untagging that resource from that project code. Okay, so then the backend operation team responsibility is to identify the another project for that particular resource. So if they have another project, suppose in outside India, okay, that is a global project. So what they will do, they have to create an assignment for that particular employee. Okay, so for creating an assignment in the profile only, you should able to tag. See, you are going for promotion, you are going for a location change, or you are going for a department change. Where you are doing, we are doing in the employee profile only, that is in ESS or that is in MSS. So when you're going with ESS or when you're going with MSS, that option should be enabled. What option? The global assignment. Once you click on that global assignment option, the tab, a page will open. That page will specify, you have to mention what is the project, what is the project code, what is, from which day onwards, which date onwards that particular user will be associated with that project. Okay, why it is creating? Because again it is linked with the cost center, again it will be linked with the salary part also, because when he is engaged, he or she is engaged with a global assignment, the salary won't be on INR currency. It may be in the, if it is, it may be in the dollars or it may be in the euros. Okay, because the client will be providing that salary and everything to the employee from their end. So that is the reason we have to create a global assignment. um, we have to configure it. Once we are configuring, then only it will be reflecting in the employee profile, and any backend team has to take care for tagging and untagging the employees from the project, ongoing project or completion of the project, or engaging the employee to a new project. Okay, so for that, if the backend operation team is not able to visible that option, how they will do it? Still the employment, still that user will be reflecting as Indian user. That is a that is again tagged with the INR only. Okay, that is the thing. The global assignment option is there. Okay, so as I told you the example, from July to December, the employee is engaged in the project. 1 month before, he, manager and the HR team will get a notification that this tagging is coming to end, you want to extend it or not. In case if it is not extending, and if you are shifting that resource to another assignment, and that assignment is a global assignment, then you have to specify somewhere that yes, this resource is tagging to a global assignment. For specifying that option, here is the option where you have to enable it. Once you enable it, it will come in the employee profile list. Any doubt? Please let me know. Any small doubt, anything?
No, it's clear. I mean, so this manage employee central setting is nothing but we have to switch the keys on for these options to reflect into the system, right?
In the instance system.
Instance system, yes.
Earlier, what was happening? These options were there in the backend system.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we were not having that. Now, every, as I told you, every 6 months they will be coming up with what you call certain upgrades. Yeah, so some years back it has been moved. Some these options has been moved into the instance in form of manage employee central setting. Suppose if the customer says, I'm unable to see this concurrent employment and global assignment. See, this concurrent employment and global assignment is a part of employee profile. Okay.
Yeah.
So they will, the customer will come and ask you, see, I'm not able to see in the user list, I'm not able to see these options. So that thing should trigger in your mind. Some configuration is missing. Where the configuration is missing, you have to go and see here.
Yeah, so we don't need to go to the provisioning. We can do it from our end, right? From the back, from the instance itself.
Some part is still there in the provisioning. Some part is still there, but as a user as an administrator to do it independently, they have made it flexible to do it from the instance system. Okay, but if we go and if we see that all options are already enabled, but why why it is not coming in the profile, then we have to look for other alternatives. That is the other story. Okay, but here the importance of getting manage employee central setting is to enabling these options from the front end system.
Okay.
Then we come with the another topic called role-based permission. As I told you, role-based permission is also another topic. So here, okay, role-based permission. No? Okay. So under the role-based permission, see, we have why we are giving the RBP? Can you people tell me what is the need of giving role-based permission? Why this option is there? Why this tool is there in the system? Who will take care of this tool on a real-time basis?
So everyone you said, right? This is taken care by the admin person. It's for giving the permission to access particular field or tool or sorry option.
Okay.
So because they are not giving permission for all the options to access to all the employees. So there are particular set of employees, like for managers, they have a different set of permissions. Uh, for end users, they have a different set of permissions. So to
True.
manage
True.
to manage these, the role-based permission is used. I mean, but how it is used, I'm not sure. This
Yeah.
this is done by the admin person.
Administrator. So see, as I told you, like the if you see administrator comprise of we have a super admin. Okay, we have a security admin, and we have a local admin. Okay, as I told you, like in the once you get a provisioning system, you will create a super admin there. The first thing is to creation of the super admin. Once the super admin is created, then the super admin has the responsibility of creating the security admin and the local admin. This is also a separate topic. We will go through it either by today or by tomorrow. Meanwhile, for the role-based permission, in the super admin security, super admin will be having all access. He will be having all access under the RBP, Okay, and security admin will have certain restriction of the access in the RBP. Okay, coming to the local admin, he can only have the access of that particular branch or particular area. Okay, and if the access is exceeding above his limit, then he has to contact to the super admin to give that particular access of the tool if he's not having. Okay, so up to his level he is having the access. If he's not having certain access, then he has to again approach to the super admin to provide that access. Okay, now RBP, what does RBP means? It is a customizable method of managing permissions in an organization. Customizable method means already everything is predefined in the system. You have to customize as per the client requirement. Okay, you have to reshuffle, you have to do the creations as per the client requirement. Okay, RBP users. Now RBP, we have two type of groups are there. We have one is permission group, one is permission role. To grant what it actually does this permission group and this permission role grant the permission to the employees. Okay, if I give an example, suppose if HR department is there. Okay, so HR department have HR executive, okay, senior executive HR, okay, AM HR, okay, we have around manager HR, we have VP HR, okay, this is the team. Okay, what is the role? See, what is the role for this team? Suppose in HR department we had created, now in HR department all these users are there. What this, if you see this user, what you understand by this, it is a role specific user. Had you seen any name here? No, no name is there. It is a role specific user. So in the HR department, what it says, RVP uses permission groups and permission roles to grant permission to the employees. So we had created a permission group. Just hold on. So when you have a department here, suppose I'm just giving an example like HR department is there. So in this HR department, I will create a group. What I will do, I will create a permission group. Okay, permission group by name HR, by name team HR. Okay, now I had created a permission group. So in this permission group, you will have certain categories will be there. Okay, means you have to populate the type of employees in this particular group. So you have to category means you have to go with location, you have to go with the user, you have to go with the username, you have to go with division, department, legal entity. Okay, okay, then again you have to go with the position or job code. Okay, all these things are the list of the category. There are more categories. If I would have shown you in the system, I would have you would have got much more clarity. So in the RBP, we will create two type of groups. One is permission group and one is permission role. So once you are, when you're creating permission group, you are creating suppose a group by name team HR. Now I created a group. The group is empty. I have to enter the list of employees. So for entering the list of employees, I have to go to the tab of category. So in the category, will give me a lot of options. You have to populate the employees from the location or any particular user or a list of employees who have these usernames or somebody who is from particular division department. Those we have to take that particular category and we have to select that employees, and that employees we have to populate in this permission group. Once the permission group is been created, we will go and we will create the permission role. Okay, so for creating the permission role, again we have seen what we have done. Had I shown you the screen earlier? No, na? Manage permission group, manage permission role. I haven't shown you, na?
Actually, you did it, I mean, when we were going through that mastery into the settings, and then in the settings.
That much only I had shown you, na?
Yeah, and then not exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It was just
okay, fine. Just an overview, na? Okay. So,
yeah, overview.
So see here there in the admin center. Okay, I will just go a little bit back. In the admin center, we have this option called set user permission. Okay, under the set user permission, we have two things. One is manage permission group, and another is manage permission role. These are the keywords. Okay, so the path is you have to go to the admin center. Okay, home page, home. Okay, home, admin center, set user permission. When you go set user permission, you have these two options. So this option, creating if you want to create a permission group, you have to go with this option. Once you go with this option, you will get a screen. In that screen, you have to you have option that create. Everywhere the option will be there, create. Okay, so create will be there, or else you will be having search option will be there. So if you click on the create, you have to mention the new name, that is team HR, and under that you have the category. Once you click on the category, a big list will come, location, user, all these sort of things will become. Once you select that, okay, we have seen like when we are doing this organization chart, I have taken one employee, suppose Mohan Kumar or Alex. I had went there and I was searching for what was searching. I had copied something, like department or something from the employee profile, and I have pasted
Yeah,
there. Okay,
US
so
or something.
yes, same way. Um, for if you know what is the location of that particular employee, or if you know what is the department or particular any category, once you select the category, another window, small window will open. You have to search that name, a list will come. Select that. Once you select that, what are the employees who are associated with that particular location, user, particular location or username or any category, it will be updated in the permission group. Once it is been done, you have to save it and you have to come out. Then your permission group is created. Then you have to go to the another option called manage permission role. When again you go to the manage permission role, you will see the same option, create or search. Okay, if you go with the search already, which is already created, a some or somebody or on a real time basis in your customer would have already created certain permission roles. You can search here. If you want to create, then you click on create. Once again, when you click on create, you have to create a you have to mention the name of the permission role. Suppose if I'm just mentioning the permission role as I created team HR, I will specify the permission role as HR operations. HR operations. Okay, I'm specifying the role as HR operation. Where it went?
It's here.
This one.
Yes.
Okay. Position code. Okay. So, so, so when you click on that, then mention the name and everything. Okay. Suppose I just mentioned for HR operations. HR operation. Then you there is one tab which is called as permissions below that. Okay, you have to click on that. You have to click on that tab. Once you click on that tab, another window opens, and in that two tabs are there. One tab is called as user permission, and another tab is called as administrative permission. Okay, user permission is accessible to ESS, like individual employees. Individual employees. Okay, administrative permission is given to MSS for the managers. Okay, so again you will see two set of permissions when you go and click on here, permission, user permission, administrative permission. Okay, understood? Then again you're creating a role for the HR operation, for manager or for employee. Suppose you have giving a option for HR operations employees. You create suppose two type of roles. One is HR operation employee, one is HR operation managers. You are creating two roles, and in HR operation employees, you will go here, click on the permission, and you go to the user permission. Under the user permission, you will have lot of list will be there. You have to select those particular list, save it. Once you have been saved, again you come back to the same screen. Again in the same screen, you find one option called add grant role. Means first what you have done, you have created a group. After that, what you have done, you have created a role. Now you have to grant this role to somebody now. To whom you have to grant this role? To the group which you had created. So mapping this role to that group, you have to go to the add grant role. In that you have certain options will be there. Okay, so in that options you have to select, suppose select this group, select groups, or select managers, or select suppose matrix managers, or select second level managers. These are the roles: second level managers, matrix managers, okay, or the groups. Like this, a big list will be there. When you go to the add grant role option, again a new page will come. In that page, the first tab is select. So in the when you go to the select, a drop down list will come. Group. If you select the group, again it will ask you which group. Then you have to type it team HR. Automatically that group will be selected. If you don't want the group, you're selecting managers. So these permissions, these roles which you have been created, this is only for the managers. Or in case if it is for employees, again that option is there for employees. Okay, so you have to complete this process and you have to save it. Once you save it and once you come out, okay, you can go to the employee profile and you can see it, the permission will be enabled to that particular employee which is there under this group. If employee is there outside this group, he won't be accessible. In case if he or she is also getting accessible, there is certain issue. You have to identify that issue, why that another employee who is outside this group is getting access. That is another story. We will go, if we have time, we will discuss that real-time scenario later. But for the standard process, RBP means role-based permission means, as I told you here, it is a customizable method of managing permissions in an organization. It uses permission groups and permission roles to grant permissions to the employees. Okay, it is mentioned administrator can grant the permission to employees and the managers. Okay, and here also it is showing, see, when granting the permission, administrator can limit the permission to specific target group of user. What I am doing, I am limiting the permission only to the team HR. If any F&A, finance and accounts team is there, that is not accessible to get these what you call permissions. This permission is only accessible to this particular team, and under this particular team, what are a set of employees are associated. Okay, as I told you, we have permission groups and permission roles. with an example which I showed you. So here, as I told you, we have granted population in this SAP SuccessFactors. We say as a granted population, role, and target population. Okay, we had created two groups, group 1 and group 2. You can see here. Group 1 is the granted population. Who can do? Who can do means HR manager. I just given an example of a company. So the HR manager of that particular company will do that activity. Okay, what is the role? What is the role of this HR manager? He can view, he can edit, he can change person, he can check the employment details. That is the role. That is mentioned what can be done. Okay, target population. Target population means who or for whom it can be done. Okay, HR manager is doing for whom? For that particular employees who are associated with that particular company. Okay, so in the RBP we have granted population, role, and target population. Granted population, who can do? That is if HR manager, okay. Admin manager, okay. F&A manager, okay. So who can do? You have to specify that particular group or particular role there. What can be done? Means he can able to view, edit, change, or he can able to go through the particular employment details, all these things. And to whom it can be done? He got the access. He can able to view, edit, but for whom he will do? He will go as a proxy to whom? To the employees of that particular company. Okay, to that particular group. Suppose as I told you for team HR. So in the team HR, we created one group for HR manager. The HR manager can able to view, edit, change person, employment detail. For what employees? Only restricted to the HR employees. HR manager cannot do any changes for the F&A employees. Okay, so that is the way this RBP works, and that is the functionality this RBP is created in the SAP SuccessFactors. Okay, any doubt? Please unmute. Again, permission roles. Permission roles, as I told you, defines a set of permission and grant this permission to the permission group or type such as employer or manager. That is the specifying the permission role. Okay, navigation means in the admin center we have to go to the what you call set user permission. You can see manage permission group and the permission role. If you want to go to permission role, again here you can see permissions setting will be there. Once you are going into the permission setting, you can see under the permission setting for accessing and maintaining the employee files. So we have certain categories are there. Before getting into the category, this is also one of the aspect in the permission role. We have this, as I told you, user permission and administrative permission. These are the two permissions. When you enter into this, when you click on the permission setting, the screen will go here into these two options. Okay, so first option is for employees, second option is for managers giving the permissions. So in the user permission, we have these categories. Before going into this category further under user permission, you people tell me up to this level you had understood or not?
Yeah, but it's
Any doubt, anything, any
very
small,
clear.
silly, small doubt, just please let me know. I'm ready to classify you.
So what I understood is, I mean, we need to provide the permission to the set of users. I mean, and to give the permission, we have to first create a group, and
Hmm.
then in that group we have to add the uh, peoples or the roles, and then we have to those roles we have to give the permission, and it depends whether we have to give them the user permission or the administrative permission.
Hmm. Hmm.
So this is the choosing, right? I mean, it's all about giving the permission for accessing the particular field or particular option. So
Yes.
to do
So
that, we
giving the
have to,
permission also. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Giving the permission also.
uh,
When you are creating a group, you will be system will giving you a wide list of options.
yeah. So you have to do it by location, by user,
Yes.
or by username. So we have to
Yes.
select that. So creating a group and then creating a role as well, and then assigning or putting that role into
Granting.
particular group. Okay,
Yeah,
granting that.
either you want to go into the group, or you want to give the permission only to the managers. So
Okay,
system will, if you're giving managers mean, system won't see that it is for HR manager or F&A manager. System will only read as manager. So F&A
yes,
manager will be also getting that access. Okay. So
okay.
you should be particular and specific, like how you are giving
HR
the
manager.
how you are
Okay,
giving the permissions. Yes, there is
permissions.
also option is there. HR manager
Okay.
also option is there. Second
Mm-hmm.
level manager is there.
Mm-hmm.
Normal managers are there, and
Okay.
groups are there. When the system is accessible, I will show you that RBP
Yeah, I
also.
think it would be then more clear. But as of now, it's like, creating a group, creating a roles, selecting
Hmm.
the right category, and then after selecting the
Yes.
roles, we have options like what kind of roles we have to give. We have to give it to the user or to the administrators, and then we have to
Yes.
select, and we have to.
See, in the role, when it is specifying view, edit, change, all these things, then in the role, again, user permission, when you're entering into the user permission, the another set is the category. Okay, under the user permission, you have that mainly you have the three type of category, that is employee data, then employee central effective dated entities, and employee view. These are the three categories for the employees. So when you are giving permission, these generally mandatorily you will go with these three permission accesses. There are other permissions also, but for employees, these are the things which will go. So employee data. If we go with employee data, we have, as I told you, effective dated, non-effective dated. In when we are telling about history, that employee profile, you have seen that clock icon was
People
there.
profile.
That is, yes, we have seen that it is effective dated portrait or non-effective dated portrait. Okay, so employee, how you categorize that particular, it is a effective dated entity, or it is a employee data. So employee data only give you the effective dated portrait. Okay, effective dated portlet means maintaining the historical data. That is the icon that you see, clock icon. Okay, non-effective dated portlet means it won't maintain any history. You have seen other portlets, the
Yeah.
uh,
I think
clock
geography.
icon was not there.
Geography.
Okay, so all this non-effective dated portlet is coming under the EC effective dated entities. Okay, then we come with the employee view. Employee view means you have seen in the employee profile top some certain sections were there. Personal information, employment information, compensation, all this. I told you that there are certain standard sections and there are certain custom also we can able to create. So those, if we click on this employee view option, the employee can see those sections also. Okay. So coming to now again with the employee data, what does it do? It manages to access to non-effective dated employee data. Non-effective. We can grant, view and edit. Right. Okay. I just changed it. It is non-effective data. Okay. This is effective data. It manages to access to the non-effective dated portlets. We can grant, view and edit rights to in the employee data. So we are what we are doing right now in the permission setting, went into the role. What we are doing, we are going into the manage permission role, went into the permission setting, we are creating a role. In the role, first what we went into the user permission. Under the user permission, we had seen these categories. So under this category, employee data category, it is only for non-effective dated portlet, where we will grant, view and edit rights. Okay. Effective dated, it manages access to effective dated fields and other. We can grant, view current, view history, insert, correct. These options are there. See, you had seen that icon, you had seen na? Pencil icon and clock icon in the
Yeah.
employee profile.
Yes, sir.
So why that pencil and clock icon is coming? Because the configuration is done from here. Which employee want to see, which employee want to see what portlet and what portlet should be hidden only with the view option. What is this user permission? This is the employee self-service. Without taking help from the
Yeah.
administrator, he can go and he can do some edits. He can do some changes. So for doing those changes also, that permission is given, what he can do the edit, what he can maintain the history, and what he can insert a new record. That is been done here with these three categories: employee data, effective dated, and employee view. So employee effective dated, what it specifies, we can grant view, we can grant view current, view history, edit, insert, current. See this option which you are seeing, every option above you have a checkbox will be there.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I
whatever
think
we
it
check,
is
it will
slightly
reflect.
hitting. It is but what you will check?
Whether you
What
wanted
you
that
will check?
employee to view, whether you wanted that employee to edit it,
What you want to edit it?
um,
The
the
fields.
the fields,
The
yes,
field.
fields.
Yes. Portlet.
In,
You had seen in the
yeah,
portlet will be having some fields will be there.
yes. So in a
Okay.
particular portlet, whatever fields he can edit or he can
Yes.
view
Yes.
them.
So those list of fields will be there under user permission under effective dated portlet. When you go to the user permission and when you select effective dated portlet, those fields will be there. Okay. Fields means what? Your first name, last name, your gender, your date of birth. See, all these are fields only, na? So
Yes.
in front of every field, there will be a certain check boxes will be there, and over the checkbox, the heading will be view current, view history, edit, insert, correct. Like this, 5 check boxes will be there in front of the field. What you want to enable, what you don't want to give, what field the person want to give. If the person want to edit that field, that automatically that icon will come. If it is only for the view option, that another icon will come. Okay, that is coming under effective dated portlet. Now coming into employee view, it enable view access to the people profile or the employee profile sections. As I told you, employee profile sections, you had seen your personal information, compensation, your talent information. The heading you had seen. From there you will go to the subsection, and from subsection you will be going to the portrait. So that view, again, when you go into employee view, a list of sections will be there. A list of sections will be there, and in front of the section, checkbox will be there. You have to select those checkboxes. And here, only the view option is there. Employee view only specify the view option. There is no edit option. Okay, edit
Okay,
option.
Okay, fine.
Edit
Continue.
option will, yeah, edit option will be only for employee data and effective dated portlet. For understanding more, when we go into the system and when we click on employee data and effective dated, you can see a list of fields, same fields which you are seeing on every employee's data, any employee profile. Same fields will be there. Okay, in front of those fields, the checkboxes are there. Okay, so there you can able to give insert, edit options. See, if when we went into that foundation object, you had seen somewhere one insert option was there. Left side you went, and when you went for what you call you went and click on one action where you want to edit correction.
Yeah, make correction.
Make correction. Make
Yes.
correction. You went there. In the same screen only, in the right side, you insert new, one option was there in
Yeah.
red color. You had seen, you are remembering or not, I'm not sure. Same way, I'm not telling about foundation object because we are now discussing about employee profile. Same way, when you go there in the particular portlet, suppose if I'm going with personal information, so I want to create under the personal information, I want to create a new record. So one option will be there, uh, insert record or add record. Okay, why that option is coming? Because here you are given that option. Checkbox is enabled. When the checkbox is enabled, that small button or hyperlink will be coming there. So with that, you can able to, the user can able to, or employee can able to create the new record. Okay, so here in these two cases, you have a view and edit option, but here only the view option is there in the employee view, and that is only restricted to, only given for the various sections in the people profile and the employee profile.
It is not related with any kind of subsection, portlet, or field, just the section, whether we can view
Only,
it or not, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes, only the sections.
Okay.
Suppose you are creating a new section by name education, or by name travel management. You're creating. So once you click on the travel management, another subsection will open now, and under the another subsection, the portlet you can see. But for
Yes.
going into the another subsection, what is the main section?
You
That
should be able to view that.
yes, you have to able to view that section in the heading. So that permission you are giving in the employee view option.
Okay. Okay.
Suppose you created, suppose the customer has created one section, custom section. Customer will come and say that, I created this custom section, but I'm unable to see that section in my employee profile. My manager cannot able to see. What is the reason? Immediately you have to trigger that mind that you have to go into that permissions, RBP permission. Go either to the manager, you have to see that manager is, again you have to see the manager is added in the permission group or not. If the manager is added, then the second you have to see this checkbox is enabled or not. All these activities you have to see, because somewhere some link, some connection will be missing. That may be the reason that the section is not visible.
True.
So I'm just holding the class till here.
Yeah.
You people have any doubts? Okay, if any doubt is there, just please let me know, or else we can close the class here. up to this topic till employee.
I think we can close. I mean, I'm
Okay.
clear with it.
Okay, fine. So tomorrow when we get an access, again we will go into the system and we
Yes.
will try to create a group there. We don't have a
Okay.
data because we have a own data. It will be easy for us, but still we will try to create certain groups by seeing the existing employees. Okay, like Alex and Mohan and other employees who are there in the system. We try to go into the employee profile and we will see what is their department, what is their company and everything. According to that, we will try to create a small group and we will give certain permissions there. Okay,
Okay.
thanks a lot. Have a great day.